Your unique story, our global audience. Global One Media.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Global One Media's exclusive series as we host company executives who share insights into their unique journey and why you should take interest. I'm your host, Ashley Berry, and we're thrilled you're joining us. Today, we're welcoming Adam Cegielski, CEO at CDN Maverick Capital Corp., a company focused on ESG-friendly investments and exploration of critical mineral deposits in stable jurisdictions in North and South America. They're listed on the Canadian Securities Exchange as CDN, the OTCQB as AXVEF, and the Frankfurt Exchange as 338B. Adam, it's a pleasure to have you with us today.
Thanks, Ashley, for having me.
So I want to congratulate you on your recent partnership with renowned prospector Shawn Ryan. Your company is set to acquire a 100% stake in the James Bay Lithium District. Perhaps you could elaborate more on this agreement and the acquisition.
Yeah, well, obviously, absolutely thrilled to bring Shawn Ryan into Canadian Maverick. He is a world-renowned prospector. He becomes a shareholder and a partner in our exploration initiatives. With Shawn, you get a complete package from the idea and the genesis of the thesis in Quebec. He brings an exploration team through his Ground Truth Exploration Partnership. So with Shawn, we get an experienced prospector who's had millions of ounces of discoveries in Canada, has won Prospector of the Year, over the last decade, and has had hundreds of millions of dollars, back his ideas. So it's a really big step for the company to bring in such a great partner.
Terrific. So if you could say maybe one reason why you view Shawn Ryan as the ideal partner for your company in this particular venture, what would you say?
Shawn is just he very much thinks outside of the box, and he takes big concepts, big ideas, and for Shawn to jump into the lithium space, because he's traditionally been a precious metals prospector. He looked at Quebec, he looked at the opportunity, and he saw something that no one had seen at the time. And he went aggressively, with his personal credit card, or as he would say, his wife's credit card. He went and staked millions of dollars worth of claims in Quebec, and he's identified something that a lot of the market has missed. So we're able to get something early, and most importantly, we're able to get an entire camp. This is a 40,000 hectare project. Bringing in Shawn Ryan, this is a massive, massive camp in the middle of James Bay. So it is in my opinion, a coup for us to be able to get into Quebec, into James Bay, with a world-renowned prospector, and still, market's been quite hot for lithium, and we're still quite early in this exploration discovery phase in Canada here.
Terrific. So this project comprises two main targets. Perhaps you could explain their significance.
Yeah, so Shawn basically went and looked at all the historical lake sediment data. This is data that was accumulated back in the 1970s and 80s. It was reprocessed for lithium in the mid 80s, and it was used for gold discoveries. And Shawn basically looked at, I think a lot of the market probably went and has gone around a lot of these successes recently. We've got Sayona Mining that's got, putting a mine in, or has put a mine into production. We've got the Corvette deposit, which is a Patriot's world-class, probably the largest hard rock lithium deposit in the world. So we've had a lot of closeology plays. And Shawn looked at the big picture, and he looked sort of at all the sediment data, and he aligned all the geochemistry, all the geophysics, and, basically picked up these two really highly anomalous lithium pegmatite targets. And he grabbed the entire thing before anyone really picked up on it. So these are in the middle of James Bay. They're right on the highway, road access. We can get into the project area 12 months of the year. It's their location and their size is really what's most compelling here.
Wonderful. So it sounds like the proximity here is key. What are the next steps for this James Bay project?
So we're concluding our deal right now. We've announced it. Shawn and his team, Ground Truth Exploration, which you'll be able to see on our website, further details of. They're manning a team right now, and I would imagine by middle of June we're going to start running some really just looking at the outcroppings and looking at the pegmatites that we have on site, and really testing those things very simply, walking probably 1 kilometer lines across the entire project with probably an 8 to 10 man team, and over, a couple month period, identifying if those are lithium bearing pegmatites. And in the area we're in, all we need is just a little little early indication that they're spodumene bearing, and we are off to the races. It's a really exciting, highly leveraged opportunity where you can, you don't have to go spend $5 million drilling to find something. This early exploration phase is where a lot of value is created. We can go from a 15, $20 million company to a $100 million company off of some early indications here. So it's a very exciting time for the company, and we'll be on the ground in the next 3-4 weeks.
Absolutely. So, in speaking to, say, those that aren't really familiar with what it is you do or the significance of lithium, what would you say? Why lithium? Why now?
Well, I mean, it's an interesting time in the market. You've had a really big run in lithium over the last 5-6 years. I would say the Australians have been very aggressive. They've put a lot of mines into production. They're feeding that mineral to that lithium to the Chinese market. You've had Argentina and big brine projects that are going into production. And here in North America, we've done very, very little in discoveries, in investment. And so where the global market has really moved quickly, we've been quite slow in Canada to pick up on this. So the discovery of the Corvette project through Patriot has really put Quebec on the map. You're talking about a project that's probably going to be a 100 million plus ton discovery of world class hard rock lithium. And here we are. The Canadian government has just subsidized Volkswagen to put a battery plant in St. Thomas, Ontario. So you're getting billions of dollars of subsidies from the government to build, battery production facilities. You've got car manufacturers, all, with
Right.
rail access from Quebec South. You've got a fantastic jurisdiction. So we're really early in the lithium trade, I think, here with the subsidies that are there, with the goals that we're trying to set to meet some of these, climate change issues that we're trying to deal with. And you've got billions and billions and billions of dollars in the American and Canadian governments that are funding this. So, there's only limited mines that are going to go into production, and there's very few new discoveries that are actually on the map. So we are positioned in the best place in the world to make a discovery. We're in a climate where you've got tons of money, flow through investments, charity flow throughs that make it really attractive to go spend money on the ground. And it's very nice to get compensated and paid for success. And the lithium market is one of the few mining sectors right now that are just giving you that return. You make a discovery, you make an early discovery, you drill decent holes, and you get paid for it in the market. So, it's the perfect place to be investment wise. And we feel Quebec is a really great place for us to take the next step forward.
Sounds like a win-win. I really appreciate you breaking that down. That was really some terrific points. And Adam, you recently partnered with NOAA Lithium on the Nevasca project. Perhaps you could tell us a little bit more about this.
Yeah, we had a 3,000 hectare project in Argentina. As you know, for us, it's all about acquiring projects, advancing those projects, making discoveries. And when you can partner with a company like NOAA, you've got a world-class team, funded by some really big mining companies. They have over 100,000 hectares in Argentina of prospective discoveries. They've got a new discovery that they've just had. So for us to let them go and advance the project, add it to their portfolio, create value. We get paid in both cash and shares. It's a very good deal for the company. We paid very little for that project, so it was an attractive acquisition. And now we don't have to spend any of our own money. We're getting paid for someone else to go make that discovery for us. So we get the upside. We don't have to bleed out our treasury. We can focus on new acquisitions and really build a wider portfolio. So with the investment there, we've got partnerships with NOAA. We've got our still 1.66 million shares of NORAM Lithium, which is a great investment as well. And here we are going into Quebec, one of the most exciting, exploration target areas in the world. So all these things add up to, I think, a really great situation for Maverick shareholders.
I was just going to ask that. In fact, I think that shareholders must see all these exciting updates and can't help but really be encouraged about the future of Maverick. Can you tell me a little bit about, what you think the biggest impact will be for the shareholders?
Well, obviously, the work we're doing this summer can put us on the map. I mean, with what we're doing here, with not a whole lot of money, with using non-dilutive financing through the flow through and the charities that we're going to be able to access, we're giving shareholders a highly leveraged opportunity. We only have 13 million shares outstanding. We've now partnered with a fantastic exploration team to make a discovery. We've got 40,000 hectares is you're talking about like 25 kilometers by 25 kilometers of lithium, hundreds of exposed lithium pegmatites that if if those are successfully explored and identified as lithium bearing spodumene, we're $100-200 million company overnight. So I think the most exciting part is our goal is to just tell the market what we plan to do and go and execute on that. We raised money, we found a right partnership, we've made new exciting discoveries or acquisitions, and for us it's really just executing on what we're telling people we're going to do and just systematically going after that.
I can really sense that sense of enthusiasm you have and promise for the company. Adam Cegielski, CEO of CDN Maverick Capital Corp. It's always a pleasure to speak with you. Thank you for sharing all of these new and exciting updates, and we look forward to sharing more from your company with our audience.
Thanks so much, Ashley.